Live from Blue Stamp Studios in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah. Smash through the hood. Blue Stamp official. Beef with the hood. Yeah. Hard liquor in the cold.
I'm Salatino Red.
I'm his son, Derry D.
And this is the Big Blue Father and Son Show. Yeah. Right now, we about to give you a dose of what we do every week. We're going to give you opinions, facts, and everything in between for our beloved G-Men. And then big shout out to my crew here in Dallas, Big Blue Wrecking Crew, Dallas Metro. Whenever you're in the area, look us up. We're on Facebook. We do watch games so that you know that you are our family and you don't feel left out when you come to watch games with us. You know, even in COVID, once we get out of COVID, this is what you do. We have our simple call and response. When we do a good play and a touchdown, you'll hear G-Men
2-5.
I kind of said it like it was a church hymn, but anyhow, we're back at you. We want to do a quick recap of last week's game, the home opener versus Pittsburgh. It was a lot of good things that happened, a lot of
Things we can improve on.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You picked them to win. Them being Pittsburgh, I picked the G-Men to win, and the scores were flip-flop. What was it that you seen that you said it was going to be close, and it was. So what made you look after going for Pittsburgh?
Well, since we didn't have a preseason and we got a new coach, and he does things differently, right?
Right.
So I knew we weren't going to be ready to take on Pittsburgh. And remember, Pittsburgh has a top defense, so yeah. I didn't think we were going to beat them. Now, I honestly think we played better than
you thought?
Yeah.
Me too.
I didn't think we were going to play bad, but I knew we were going to play better. I honestly think we played better. Some things we can improve on, like run blocking. But even though we played a top defense, I still think we can improve on run blocking.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, with it seemed like every time Saquon, Daniel Jones handed the ball off to Saquon and he was pulling his hand back, it was a meet and greet every time. I mean, what was it? 6 yards for 15 attempts? Uh-huh. It's kind of horrible, especially with Saquon.
Roethlisberger had more rushing yards.
I mean, you laugh from crying. That's all it is. At the same time, I think, I like Danny Dimes. I'm a fan. And at the same time, him and Slayton, you're going to hear those names, get familiar with those names, G fan and non-G fan, because it's going to be said. I mean, they hooked up for six passes, 100-plus yards, and 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. However, I think that might have changed because when we had marched down the field on that goal line drive, we were on the goal line in the red zone.
Yes.
And Daniel Jones went to throw it, and I was like, oh, shit, that was an Eli moment. And you stopped me. Because what?
Because if you look at the play from a different camera angle, Slayton had the CB beat. Now, Jones, I think Jones could have held on to it and took the sack, but he did. That was a great read. He was trying to throw it to Slayton, and we would have got a touchdown off of it. But it wasn't necessarily like Jones' fault because he probably didn't know he was his hand was finna get hit.
Right.
But I would have been like take the sack. But Darius Slayton was open. He had a beat. That could have been a touchdown.
Right. And with that, like I was saying, when you brought that to my attention and I looked at it, I said, you know what? Actually, that was a good play. Fill me on this. You're like, well, it was an interception. No, it was a good play. It was just a better play on defense. Mm-hmm. Because had he had another second, he would have got that ball to Slayton. Because Slayton did have that CB beat. Yep. That was a touchdown. However, it got hit in the air, and then I was like, oh, shit, it's like 8 players over there, and Big Boy came up with the interception, and the momentum, flipped. That right side, the right side of the line, it was a letdown. They were coming. I mean, we could say the line as a whole, but we're gonna point at the right side.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Flammers.
Flammers. Yeah, coming from Dallas.
He wasn't all that solid.
Nah, he
Pass
wasn't all that
blocking
solid.
or run blocking.
Right. And another question mark to that game is, I'm a big fullback fan. I love fullbacks. You know I love fullbacks. So you know Penny is my man.
Yep.
That's my man, 50 grand. And he didn't, I know he wanted some smoke. I didn't see him on the injury reserve list or anything like that. Coaches didn't call him up, so he couldn't pull up and show out. Hopefully, with those game adjustments, this coming up week, we play the Bears.
Yep.
In the windy. Chi-town. We play that those adjustments are big because Penny's a pretty good blocker. He could have, two back set. He could have helped Saquon and then pick up. So hopefully we see Penny this week. But as we transition, I kind of got ahead of ourselves. Transition this week again, noon game. We play the Bears. Who are they missing? Are they missing anybody? Any key people?
I know Khalil Mack.
Whoa, they're not a top tier defense like Pittsburgh.
We can agree on that.
And I'm talking solely in the secondary.
Yeah.
As well as Khalil Mack is a what's that the attribute on Madden? He's a game wrecker. He can be that. So we're not discounting their defense totally, but we're just saying as far as what we've seen with the Giants' offense, I think we'll have a lot of success against that Bears defense this time around. And Joe Judge, the judge, boom! I really feel a cadence of Parcells. I mean, because lightly he comes from the Parcells family because Belichick is from the Parcells tree and he studied under him. So you can kind of make that correlation. However, I think with preparation going into this week, it's going to be a lot more focused. I wouldn't say that I would see the line just coming being stable. However, I think we'll be able to play a little bit harder to take away from that deficit. Whether it be quick passes, because we were doing it. Those quick passes last week to neutralize a little bit of that pass rush. What do you see? What are some things to watch for with this Bears game?
Well, I'm gonna start with the Bears defense. Some stuff to watch.
Okay.
Really, they got a solid secondary. They're not the best,
Right.
but I wouldn't say they're more of okay secondary.
Okay. We can do it.
Now they just have a good pass rush.
Right.
To kind of make their secondary look good.
Right.
So as long as our O-line can play better than last week, I'm not expecting no sacks given up because you can't really have a football game without sacks.
Right.
But if they can play a little better, and we give Daniel Jones time to throw, I think we can move the ball on offense.
Now I know as far as Mr. Spectacular or no, you call him Mr. Circus Catch. Will Mr. Circus Catch be in the mix?
He's ruled questionable for Sunday's game.
Who is Mr. Circus Catch though?
Golden Tate.
Okay, got you. Just for everybody out there, clarification. Okay. As far as our defense, tell me how you felt about the defense with the Pittsburgh game, and then transition to this today Bears game.
Over the last few years, I haven't seen the best from our defense really. Secondary, and we've been good with running the ball. Right. Especially last year, only like 3.9 average.
Right.
But our secondary last year allowed like 30 points per game.
Right.
I mean, our whole defense, not just secondary. Right. But I think our secondary played better this game.
Right.
We were more physical, and I know some of our corners forced more incompletions.
Right.
So I like the way we played, and we have better tackling since the past, few years.
Right.
I've seen Blake Martinez. I like him. He's really good. He knows how to fill the gaps, and he knows how to read well, and he knows how to secure a tackle. So I really like him.
Okay. So players to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. I got this feeling. I got a feeling that, and I'm just gonna put it out there, Saquon Barkley will have 125 yard running day versus the Bears. What do you see What will you see to make that not true happening?
Really, if Mac is there and his whatever happened to his knee, if that doesn't limit him, I'd say, and I'm not gonna be Mac because I know
right off the lake in Chicago, the New York Football Giants will be victorious over the Chicago Bears in the house that Papa Bear built, Soldier Field, with the score being 35-23.
Think we pull off 35?
I seen something. But again, here's Salentino Red, here Pops. I'm always the real optimist when it comes to the Giants, unless they do something that, was in reverse. I see some things that they really could build on, and I'm looking at the Bears team a little bit different with some questionable personnel injuries. Now, with that being said, what's your prediction? Final score.
You know what? I'm about to go with Giants 27, Bears 24.
Ooh, closer.
I think we can pull that off.
Okay. All right, now, with that being said, what are some keys to watch for as far as the Bears winning? Yeah.
All right, so I know Cornell Patterson, he's really good on special teams, especially returning.
Okay.
So if everybody on special teams, especially kickoffs, that's the main thing to watch. If everybody on that steps up, contains him and everything, we'll be good. He and don't get me wrong, he's not only special team. He can stretch the field a little bit. So I think, Cornell Patterson and Akeem Allen. Or no, not Akeem Allen. Allen on the Bears number 12.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're basically saying if those two produce in the special teams, it'll cause New York problems and can lead to the Bears winning.
Not necessarily special teams.
Okay.
Just regular on offense, but I know Cornell Patterson will do some stuff on special teams, and we have to watch for Tariq Cohen and Jimmy Graham.
Okay.
Because Jimmy Graham's big. He can muscle.
Graham?
Yeah,
That's right.
They picked him up.
Okay. So those would be the keys to the Bears striking us, and as far as we're concerned, pulling the upset.
Yeah.
Because you and I agree this week, we don't think that they have what it takes. Even though Vegas has them 3 points ahead of the New York Giants, I still don't believe whatever the spread is, the total points or the under, I say go ahead and take it. You're going to come up on top, especially if you bet on Big Blue this go around. Are there any other things that you want to add as far as this game, D?
I've seen a lot of Bears fans get hyped about last week's win over Detroit. I wouldn't hype them up so far. Because remember, they played Detroit. Detroit not all that good. Especially
talk that talk.
They lost Darius Slay and a few other people.
Yeah.
So they're in their rebuilding process. So I wouldn't hype up the Bears too much.
But at the same time, even with them being in a rebuilding process, we talking crap about the Bears. That's how we do.
The Lions almost won. If DeAndre Swift would have caught the pass, it would have been game for Lions.
Hey, I'm gonna just put it out there. The Bears won't be no good, a real threat, because they're not going because they front office, point blank. Their front office is ran by Charlie Brown and the Peanuts. When they make a decision, they take a dart and throw it on the dartboard and say, this is what we're going to do. Because no way in heck you should have Travinsky out there starting. And then, they should have, added a little more around the people that they have. But that's just Pop's segment, talking trash about the team that we playing this week. That's it. So those are the things to watch for. We'll be here again. Due to COVID, we won't be hosting any watch parties or anything like that. However, our watch party home, and if you are in the Metroplex visiting and want to get out your hotel, whatever, One Love Lounge in Arlington is our Giants headquarters. We're gonna have some things to come in the next couple of weeks. You know what I mean? So, is there anything you want to say to our people out there, man, before we hit the road, Jack?
No.
Okay. Okay. That's Sterry D right there. That's my main man. 50 grand. How we do? You feel me? I want to throw a shout out to our sponsors. Again, the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. Boom, 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 boom. You guys continue to amaze me as far as your effort, your dedication to set the standards for fandoms and fan clubs throughout, you know, this big thing in the NFL fans. And then also, you know, our other sponsor, Black Life Apparel. Booyah! Got the hats. Got, you know, the red for the away jerseys. And we do have some other colors or whatever. But anyway, with that note, y'all be safe. Take care of who you need to take care of. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. One love. Peace. And we'll holla at you. GGGMEN
2-5.
Once play and